Welcome to another episode of the Nothing and Everything podcast, where today we will talk a lot of nothing.
And a little bit about everything.
And that's still our tagline.
Yeah, we got zero.
So,
were people supposed to submit new ideas for a tagline?
well, I thought so. And so, no one did that.
Either A, everybody is comfortable with the current tagline, or B, nobody listened.
Well, yeah, it could be that because, we did take a break and, maybe we had some momentum that we broke. Maybe we shouldn't have taken a break.
We needed to, though.
Yeah, I needed a break.
This podcast life is such a grind.
People
don't understand the toll that it takes.
They don't.
The hours of preparation.
The amount of social interaction that we have to have to maintain these type things that we keep up with and stuff. It's a grind.
It is.
It's a grind.
But we do it for our fans.
We do it for our people, and we do it for free.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean,
when is that going to change?
Outside of our contract, we did just re-up our contract.
I know.
We negotiated.
People were pretty excited about that. Hey, there was a little bit of a holdout. However,
you were the holdout. Everything. On everything.
I needed to make sure that my family was going to be taken care of.
Right. I think the whole everything thing got to you a little bit. You're like, since I'm everything, I need a little bit more.
That's right. Yeah. Well,
so yeah. So that.
I guess we're still open to. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. You could submit it. You could DM us. You could
slide into the DMs.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what we could do? You could
like a contest.
You could make a video of you saying the new tagline, and then maybe we can have that person on the show giving the tagline.
Wow. We've only had 2 guests on the show, and it's our 2 kids. Remember that one when they snuck in and we didn't know about it?
That's right.
I'm like, they're the only other people outside of the,
Yep.
the 2 of us and our half over here. Not really the third, though. Everything that he does is the most important.
True.
But
then again, he would be editing video of nothing.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you and I. So we give him purpose.
We do. We're the meaning in his life.
We're the inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Austin, you bring feeling to our life. He has no idea what this song is.
No idea what that song is. When you love somebody. Wait, is that the same song?
Yeah, when you love somebody till the end of time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
When you love somebody, always on my mind. Wait, who was that?
I don't know. Wham?
It was either. It definitely wasn't Wham.
Oh. Who was that?
It was either Peter Cetera or Chicago. I don't remember which one. It was
Peter Cetera.
Yeah.
Do you remember the video where the guy, I think it's Take On Me? Is that the name of that song?
Aha, yeah.
Aha. Oh. Yeah. They had
you want to be careful with my 80s music prowess.
But they have this, they did a video, I think it was them that did the video where it was like they went from live to like the drawn cartoon kind of thing.
I think that was them.
And that's like a huge thing right now on the Instagram.
They were way ahead of their time. It was 40
were you
years
aware
ago?
Of that? It's like a new
That's
filter.
A new thing?
It's a new thing now.
No,
so
I hadn't been. Yeah.
That's like the thing that everyone, all these.
So maybe we should do a video like that.
Nah, I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, he's
looking at how to do it right now. Mm-hmm. What song would we do though? Twisted by Keith Sweat.
No, maybe something by I'll Be Sure. That'd be kind of cool, huh?
What's your I'll Be Sure go to? I remember it, but I'm trying to think like.
I don't know. I just dropped a name. I'm just trying to drop old school names.
I like that.
But yeah, that's like the latest trend, and it's those the reels on Instagram. It just seems like it's just a whole bunch of people that just don't really have much going on.
And the people that sit there and watch them all day long have even less going on.
Well, that's a good point.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I don't do it that often, but when I do, I'm just like, man, what is out there in the world?
Man, there's a lot going on in the world as you
It's been a busy week, busy weekend.
Busy weekend?
Well, I mean, not for me. I'm just talking about like in.
You probably didn't cut grass
world,
because we had
rained.
We had a pretty big downpour.
I did it on Thursday.
Oh, so you were
I'm the dad that like I look
checking the
ahead at the
weather.
weather like, oh, babe, it's gonna rain starting on Friday night. You
Grass
go ahead
didn't
and
need
get it
cutting,
done.
but you went ahead and cut it anyway.
Yeah, and it had been a while since I did, so I had to do it at a high level, then drop it down, cut it again.
What?
Yeah, twice.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't like it.
You cut the grass twice in one day?
Yeah, technically, yeah. I finished up. I had to do a little bit the next day just to finish it up before the rain came in.
I
like to keep it crisp.
I would just cut it down low.
Yeah, and never.
And just choke
round
that
up the whole
lawnmower
thing.
the whole time.
You had to back it up.
Yep, back it up, and then all the grass just shoots
I had to like
out.
push it down to the grass. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's it. That's amateur.
Yeah, it is. But you know, my neighbor has really nice grass, really nice grass, and so I'm trying to get him to just let his grass run all through my yard. You know what I'm saying? And that way.
Like, how do you do that? Just
I don't know.
Put some fans and some sprinklers over there. They just kind of wash downhill.
Pull some of his out and drop it in my, just pour all your clippings in my
There's
yard.
one guy in our neighborhood that has like golf course looking quality, keeps it. It's not as short as a green, but it looks. And every time I go by his house, I'm like, if I see that dude outside, I'm gonna be like, hey, what do you do? I'm kind of a fan of your yard. Like,
what kind of grass do you have? Yeah,
it's Bermuda.
You have Bermuda?
Mm-hmm. Like in our neighborhood, since it's still relatively new, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they put down. I guess it's easier or cheaper,
wow.
whatever. But you have to work a little bit harder, I think.
I got the fescue.
Yeah, I'm cool with fescue.
So, well, I'm not cool with it because I can't get it to grow.
It wouldn't look good in my yard, though, in like the neighborhood. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
What was the big news
bad.
over the weekend, though?
There was lots of big news. You know, the Queen passed away.
That is true.
So that I've heard every podcast that was out.
We should have broke in like when we got the news, and we should have gone to like a live podcast. It would be like, hey, stop what we're doing. We need to come together and be like, hey, we want to let our people know that the Queen just passed away.
Do you think that Nothing and Everything is the place where they would go and say?
They probably do. That's probably like their number one news source.
Really?
That's how we need to rebrand ourselves. Yeah. Like, we'll break in when things happen around the world. It's a good idea or no?
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Stuff happens all the time.
Where were you when you heard?
It was on Thursday, right?
It was on Thursday.
I mean, I was here at work.
Yeah, I was in my
I was here at work. And actually, like, Josie sends a text.
Your daughter, she let you know?
12-year-old daughter, she sent, well, I mean, I knew already, but she sent a text and she was like, hey, the queen just passed away. And so my response to her was, why are you texting during school?
Oh.
And then she didn't say anything
No,
else.
like, R.I.P. nothing?
I mean, I guess they talked about it during class or whatever. So
That's good. It's a weird
Yeah.
thing, though, because, we don't have that, and so we don't quite understand
Yeah.
the significance of it.
I'm intrigued by all of it. Pastor talked a little bit about it on Sunday. I'm not sure if he mentioned it down
Well, he'll get
at
wound
the
up on it if
Harris
you-
campus,
yeah.
but he's a history buff, and he was talking about I think the word is abdicated. Is that right? The word he used?
I'm unfamiliar.
Okay, something about King Edward something.
Yeah.
Abdicated the throne or something like that. It turned out, man, for all the history buffs out there listening, they're like, Gerald, stop talking.
Oh, gosh.
Something happened to where Queen Elizabeth was not actually supposed to be the queen, but she became queen, and
He would know. I would not.
yeah. So that's
I think I heard him say this yesterday, and this was just kind of a cool, kind of a historical, cultural reference, that she'd been the queen, like, since Winston Churchill.
yeah.
Like that, they were like, I
Yeah.
was like, that's a long time.
It was 7 decades. I
Yeah, it was
mean,
like 70
her
plus years, I
Yeah,
think.
that's incredible. That's incredible. So and I'm intrigued by the way that they'll do, like how they keep her body now, and then the funeral will be in several days. All that is just all the stuff that kind of goes along with that is just very intriguing to me. I like all that. So
You gonna be watching like the news constantly?
yeah, I probably will.
Yeah?
I probably will. Yeah, because I like to kind of keep up with this, kind of soak it in. You don't care about you don't.
No, I mean, it's fascinating. I'm not gonna be watching C-SPAN to see what's showing up on the or whatever your news outlet is. Is that still a thing, C-SPAN?
I have no idea.
You know what that used to
I
be
know
on,
what
like
it
cable,
is.
and you could watch like the House and the Senate, and be like,
no,
man,
I'm
this is
definitely not
terrible.
watching that.
This
Yeah.
is terrible. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's kind of a strange thing. It's a fascinating figure.
Yeah.
But like, and then like now there's not a queen anymore. There's a king. Every time I hear queen, I just think of Freddie Mercury. So it's kind of a hard thing.
Yeah.
Did they name themselves? There's probably other reasons, but
Probably other reasons.
yeah.
You know, I went to a funeral once. You know, things are different nowadays. A military funeral is actually pretty
I've
awesome.
been to a couple. Yeah.
I went to a military funeral recently, and there was the gentleman that was playing taps. Like, you know, he was kind of out of view, so I really couldn't, or someone was like in the way, I couldn't really see him. But I was thinking, man, this guy's pretty clean, pretty crisp.
Spot on.
Yeah.
No mistakes.
So I kind of leaned back and looked at him, and the guy had on a mask. And I was like, that joker's playing taps
Through the mask.
on a trumpet, on a cornet, through a mask.
Oh, cornet.
Cornet? Maybe.
Is that what that is?
Was it a bugle?
No. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Trumpet, cornet, bugle. What's the difference? You're the music guy.
A bugle doesn't have any keys on it.
Yeah.
Trumpet has 3. Maybe a cornet is, I don't know, a little bit smaller. I'm not sure.
It's good.
Someone, I'm sure, will
We'll correct us and let us know. We'll get a text.
Hey, Gerald knows absolutely nothing about what he's talking about today.
Unqualified.
Anyway, he so I was kind of watching him, and I was like, wait, what is happening here? And then when he was done, like the trumpet it was never on his mouth, obviously, because he had a mask on. And then when he was done, he reached inside and hit a switch and
Reached inside the bugle?
like the speaker and then, or the horn, and turned it off.
I've seen that before too, but it's like, who are you fooling? You have a mask on. Like,
Well, right.
you have a whole.
No. No. But we've seen all kinds of masks. When the masks first came out, somebody was making a whole lot of money
Oh yeah.
with COVID
Yeah, there were a
masks.
bunch of like, you know.
And then all of a sudden it was like they started coming up with new and fancy masks, you know. I always wanted the mask that was like, it looked like a mouth and a nose, and you just wear it, and people would be like, hey, put a mask on. You'd be like, I got one on. You know?
Suckers! Oh, speaking of, man, I feel like maybe you should be
Oh,
wearing one
no,
now.
It's
Goodness
early.
gracious.
No, it's early, man. I'm still waking up,
Yeah,
you know.
this Wednesday morning.
Right.
Yep.
It's 5 o'clock right now.
That's right. Oh, man, we get up for our people.
Get up early. So let's kind of actually Sunday was. Do you remember where you were when September 11th happened?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's another historic, like a
Well, yeah,
kind
huge.
of historic weekend.
I was in college, and this would have been my second or third tour of duty in college. You know, I took a little time off in between, and some were voluntary, some were involuntary.
We'll dedicate one whole show.
No,
to this.
I
Yeah.
don't think we did.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to. Yeah, I was in. I'm trying to remember when I first heard. I think we were in class, and it was at Liberty, and so there was like I was in Bible class. I think it was an Old Testament class on the book of Isaiah, and our professor was actually out of town, so we knew that we were going to have a sub or something like that, and he was in California, like doing some speaking gig or something. So he got stuck there for like, a week or two because all the airports and everything shut down for a while. And then I just remember there being kind of this buzz going on, and like something happened. And then I remember us getting out of class. I don't know if it was out because of that was happening, because at that time I think when it first started, like no one knew the significance of what was about to happen. And I remember going back to the dorm, and a bunch of us were sitting around watching it live on television, and then like maybe that was the second plane or when they fell or something, and it was just like, holy smokes, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then I remember honestly after that I had to go to work. Like I had a restaurant job, and actually Carrie and I were working at the same restaurant, and like 2 people came in all day, from like 11 o'clock until like dinner time. Nobody came in because everything just kind of stood still.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the managers was like, I'm going home to get a TV, and brought a TV back, and we just sat there and watched the news unfold all day long. So
Yeah.
It was weird. It was eerie. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was actually working. I was in downtown Atlanta at a. I was a janitor actually, and so.
Nice. We should share janitor stories. I have some janitor on my resume. Janitorial skills on my resume.
I was cleaning the bathroom at an AT&T store, downtown Atlanta.
Seriously.
When that happened, the associate in the front was like, "Oh no!" and she started hollering.
Yeah.
So I walked in there and looked at the TV, and I was like, "Oh gosh, what's going on?" And I remember it was a terrible accident at first. Right?
Yeah, that's what everybody thought because it had happened before.
Terrible accident.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
man, this is really heavy.
A few minutes later, the second plane went in, and then it was like, are we under attack? When I remember them saying that, and I remember thinking, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
My wife and I had been married for 5 weeks at this point.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I got to go home. Like, I got to figure out where. And this is. I mean,
so what'd you do? Did you just drop the mop bucket and get out?
And left.
Really? Did you clock out?
I mean.
Nobody really cared that day. I just rode the clock all afternoon. I was like, "Hey, nobody's coming in."
No, I went home.
Store's losing money today, but
I went home and I was scared because I didn't know what was happening, and I'd never seen anything like this before. So I remember going home, and cell phones were not a big thing in 2001 yet.
That is true.
So now Tammy had one, and it was just a regular old flip phone, and I'm trying to get up with her. She worked for a nonprofit. She was a social worker. She was in court that day. And so I'm blowing her phone up like
and she's not responding.
But it's just calling. I couldn't text, So I'm just calling, and she's not responding. And then finally, someone I guess came into the courtroom or where she was and said something, made some sort of announcement, and then the judge let everyone go. She come out and had 57 missed calls from me, and so she calls me. I was like, just come home. Don't do anything. Just come home.
You live in downtown Atlanta at the time?
No, I was living in Southwest Atlanta at the time. Yeah. So,
it was weird. I think the weirdest thing looking back, I've watched documentaries and news pieces on it, is that I don't remember what the time frame was, but how there was not a plane in the sky.
Yeah, it was
in
eerie.
America for I forget the time, but it was just that's incredible that there's
no
one flying.
We were over the the airport was 8 miles, 10 miles from where I lived, and so all the planes. We were in the flight flight plan, whatever it is, and nothing was coming through. It was really weird. It was really weird. We just got kind of.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Queen 9/11. You want to cheer this thing up?
Let's cheer it up a little bit. This weekend was a huge weekend for.
This was such a hard transition.
All the guys in America. Except for
Austin. Are you
Austin.
college football or pro football? If you had to only pick, you had to pick. Would you rather?
Pick?
Yeah. I'm saying if. If you're you got to turn one off for the entire year, which one are you going to watch? Watch, keep up with, follow.
I would turn off college football.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I love college football.
Yeah.
So, but I get really into it, right? Stats, people. I'm a huge Tar Heel fan, and
so that's your number one football team, also.
Period. Yeah. So, the thing for me is, we just played 3 games and we looked terrible. All 3 games, we should have won by 100 points all 3 games, but we didn't. Barely pulling out some wins. So it's just I get too involved with it. It gets to me. I'm screaming at my TV and stuff like that, and so kids are looking at me like, "Dad, chill," and I'm like, "Go to your room. Stop talking to me." No. So I would turn that off. That way I just don't get too caught up in it.
Too violent,
but I like watching pro football because I play fantasy football. So we're in a league together, you and I.
Yeah, you do. What's your fantasy name?
Swamp Donkeys.
Why? What's the genesis of Swamp Donkeys?
I don't know. I've had it for a long time.
You have?
Yeah, and I think one day I just Googled, back when Google first came on, I Googled best fantasy football name.
Swamp Donkey came up?
It was the first one.
No.
I took it.
That was good.
I've been playing fantasy football for a long time.
Yeah, I've been playing for 5 or 6 years, but not that long.
I'm probably
40.
20 plus years.
goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't even know it was a thing back then.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a wizard.
You know,
Like-
interestingly enough, Austin actually doesn't watch football at all.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't watch any sort of sport. Sports.
He doesn't watch any sort of sport. Like, what is that?
He doesn't watch any. Like, he doesn't care for sports.
Does he have a favorite sport?
As a matter of fact, we were talking the other day. Yeah, probably like skateboarding or something. That's probably what he's watching.
No, I'm pretty good at cornhole.
Do you watch it when it comes on television?
actually-
I saw that on TV
you
the
know-
other day, and I was like, man,
You know, I will tell you this.
if I had taken a little bit more time, because, you know, we've got
Austin
some cornhole skills.
has this unorthodox way of throwing the cornhole bag.
Yeah?
And when you first play, you're just like, oh, great.
He's on my team.
Because, like, we were on the same team.
What is his unorthodox style?
So he flips the bag where it rotates like this. You know, whereas everyone in America
and down?
throws it like this.
I
where it's
rotate side
flat,
to side.
You know?
I don't get the people that let it just kind of like a knuckleball, like they just let it tumble. I have to do a little spin action there.
Well,
Almost
I do like the little
disc-like.
yeah, but he kind of just flicks it like this, and somehow
Is he pretty good though?
those jokers drop in like every time.
I like that.
He's carried us. I mean, most of the times we've played together, he's carried our team. There's not much,
It's impressive.
but you know the problem with it though is like you're not blocking. You know, you're not doing anything. He's just going for the hole every time, just boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess is good. You're making points, but I don't know. It's weird.
That's his sport.
That's his sport. Because the other day, like I mentioned, we were doing a little social the other night, and he was leaving early, and I was like, "Oh, you going home to watch football?" And his wife was like, "Nope, I married a good one. No sports at all." And I'm like,
I married a good one.
wah, wah. I was like, "What are y'all gonna do? Go home and just like?" I think he went home and did some farming
This was Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. Didn't you do some farming? Oh, man. You took some pictures of them turkeys.
Yep.
That's really funny.
By the time I got home, I looked at pictures of his turkeys.
Oh boy.
It was awesome. So our fantasy
But
football
we're in a
league,
fantasy football league, yeah.
we're in a league together, and it's great. And but I just recently heard of a group of guys, and you heard about this same group of
I
guys.
heard it and saw it, and I was like, we're doing something wrong.
We need to step up our game a little bit.
Yeah.
These guys, all the team owners, they went together to, where was it? It was either Mexico or the DR.
Something-
one of the two. It was a
Punta
resort.
Something, I don't know. Yeah.
Punta Cana, I think it's.
But
where
one of
they
the
went.
wives.
Do what?
I guess one of the wives put together some reel or something.
That's right.
It was
That's
them
right.
flying down there
That's right.
to
And
their
they're
all-inclusive
Oh yeah.
resort.
Yeah.
I did think two things that stood out. Number one, the punishment for the loser from the previous year was great. They had to do like that 12-month calendar. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah, so like it's like they had the winner had like a green jacket dinner, like a ceremony
Yep,
type thing.
yep.
But the loser there was like a 12-month calendar. So it'd be like you know, if you lost, like your punishment would be the next year everybody gets a calendar, you know, with you doing stupid poses throughout the year.
Oh, I got you.
I mean, it wasn't
I got you.
provocative or anything. It was
Right,
just
right,
funny.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, that's a pretty funny idea.
Yeah.
Like, you could do some fun stuff with that.
Yeah.
And then the last line on there was like, I hope my husband and his friends have fun coaching their imaginary football teams or something like that.
You
And I
know,
was like,
and
man,
it's
that's hilarious.
not imaginary.
It's not
It's
imaginary.
these are real players.
They are real players.
You know, so it's not imaginary.
I got torched yesterday though, so
Yeah,
mine was terrible.
you know, I was getting beat pretty bad going into Sunday already. So
Oh, so
I was down by like 100 points because the guy I was playing had Josh Allen and Cooper Kupp
oh my word.
from Thursday night. So I was down by 90, 95 points.
They should have fantasy leagues for cornhole players. That sounds terrible.
That sounds absolutely terrible. Speaking of corn, I found corn in my backyard recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a stalk growing up?
No. Like someone is putting ears of corn in my backyard.
Oh. Are they trying to attract deer or something?
Well, so I don't know. Recently I saw some corn in there, and it's been eaten. So I could tell that this has been some sort of animal that's eaten this corn.
Right.
But then the other day when I was cutting grass, like this little ant mound formed around this piece of or this huge thing of corn. So I grabbed it and threw it out in the yard or in the woods real quick. But so I got ears of corn in my backyard. It's just odd. I think some deer's running through there and just like, oh, I dropped something, but I can't pick it up. So I'm gonna keep going.
I can't pick it up because of I don't have hands. Like
lack of hands. It's hard to,
Is that his hoofs?
Yeah.
He's got his hoofs on.
Yeah.
Dang it! If I just had some hands, I can hold this ear of corn.
It's been a great show today. Fantastic show.
There is a fantasy cornhole league.
He's in it.
This is his contribution.
There is a fantasy. So but you have to be aware of players and,
I can't name one single player. I'm sure there's a guy.
How could you?
I'm sure there's a guy named Dale that plays, right? Maybe there's a guy
Bubba?
named JR. I'm sure. I couldn't name a single cornhole player. I couldn't name a single sponsor for a cornhole tournament.
I think there's always there's like a hot dog or like a sausage. What's it called?
Like Nathan's hot dogs?
No, that's the eating thing.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? Brookville? Isn't there like a brand of
Smithfield?
I think
Smithfield.
I see that all over the other day when I was watching it for about 5 minutes.
You were watching it?
I flipped a.
What does it come on? That comes on C-SPAN.
No, it's on ESPN 5. It was like on a regular network, like CBS or something. It's like on a weird time on Sunday. I thought football or something would be on, and I flipped it. And I was like, this is strange. But then I'm kind of mesmerized. These guys are really good.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good. When I play consistently and I've won a couple things. Nothing like professional, but
right.
I'm like, man, these guys are really good. And he's over here drafting.
Yeah, he's doing a fantasy draft right now of cornhole players. I'll take Dale first round.
Dale. I'll take
Bubba.
Cletus in the second round.
All right, it's been a great show, but we cannot leave without giving a quick shout out to your wife, bro. It's your birthday.
Oh,
I
thought that was the setup.
Carrie,
I thought for our
knew
sponsors.
he didn't
I knew it was, but I didn't know that was the setup.
She's our only sponsor so far.
That's right. That is true. But we need more.
So.
And I think they're on the way, right? Right?
Carrie.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Carrie.
birthday.
This is going to be 2 days after her.
Yeah.
birthday.
This might be a little bit weird, but is it weird for you to make us a cake on your birthday?
Yeah.
So we could eat it
We like to
here,
celebrate.
on the show?
We like to celebrate you, babe.
Yeah.
Celebrate for you.
Let us celebrate you.
By
eating some of the cake.
We'll take anything.
Yeah. All right. It's been a great show. Kyle, thanks for being here today.
Hey, you do as well, Gerald. You too as well.
What? All right. See you next time.